Hi guys, my name is Tammy and I'm a doctor of physical therapy, and this is my puppy Tito, and we'll see if he's gonna last through this video with us. In this video we will talk about Piriformis syndrome and what we can do to help that condition. As always, before we start, make sure to read the indications, contraindications, and red flags. Okay guys, so what I'm going to do is, first I'm going to give you a little summary of what I want you to know about this condition. Then I'll go into the exercises. I'll put the timestamp for you guys so you can jump into the exercises if you don't want to listen to this part. So usually people who suffer from this syndrome have lower back pain that's usually localized to one side, and then the pain can travel down to your knees and maybe even down your legs. Sometimes when it's really aggravated, you might put your foot down and you might feel that sharp shooting pain, and it's quite uncomfortable. And sometimes you might even feel a little bit stuck, so you feel like you can't really move when that muscle is in spasm. Just have in mind that sometimes it's tricky to differentiate if the lower back pain you're having is because of a disc problem or herniation, facet joint issue, which we went over in the first videos, or is it muscular. What I usually see in my clients is that even if they have a disc issue or herniation or, whatever the original cause of their lower back pain might be, the glute and piriformis muscles tend to be really tight, okay? So regardless, I make them do piriformis and glute stretches, and I also try to release it. So in this video, I will go over ways you can try to release these muscles at home, and then how we can stretch to maintain the length that we've created. But have in mind, if we stretch and we roll it and it feels better, if we don't strengthen it, the problems will come back, right? Because we are doing something that's aggravating our condition. Now, if you haven't watched video 1, where I go over repeated movements, I highly recommend that you do that before you get to this video, because you will know if your symptoms feel better with repeated movements. We can actually get rid of the main reason why you're having your pain. But you still have to do these stretches afterwards. Not have to, but I recommend that you do these stretches afterwards, okay? So first exercise or routine that we're going to do is going to involve us using the roller. So I want you to think about where the piriformis sits, okay? It is going to be right around your gluteal area, right? So we are going to roll this whole area. I like to start in the hamstring. Again, you guys, you can use any roller. I'll put the link to where I get my roller from. So I'm going to roll my hamstring first a little bit. So I'm just moving back and forth. And also there's a video where we go over this whole rolling session. I'll put the link of that too. But I want you to go back and forth on the side that's painful. You can do both sides afterwards. And see where you feel a lot of pain. Wherever that is, you go back and forth in that one painful area, okay? Then we're going to move up towards our glute area and try to roll the glute area. And you'll know, you might go over that one point where it's really painful, and you know you have to release that trigger point. You'll feel so much better after. Now what I want you to do is do the same thing now, but we're going to stretch the piriformis at the same time. So I'm going to bring my ankle over my knee. Now, if you have the range of motion to do this. If you don't, come back to this afterwards, okay, once your symptoms are a little bit better. But basically, I'm going to sit on top of the roller. I'm going to bring my ankle over my knee, and then really try to move around. So I might switch my weight from left to right to see where I feel that juiciest stretch, and then I'll go right over that part, back and forth until it releases, okay? And if you don't know what that means, release just means that it feels a little bit better. So it doesn't feel as intense as it did when we started doing this, okay? Now, let's say this is too hard for you guys and you can't do it with a roller. We can also use a lacrosse ball, which Tito uses as his toy. So we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to put the lacrosse ball right where I feel my pain. The first thing is you can just stay on that position. You don't need to roll. Second is you can slowly, he's looking for the ball, you can slowly go back and forth on those areas. You can move left to right, or you can just bring your ankle over your knee and then slowly, gently roll it side to side. Okay? And you guys, I'm going to show you exactly where I'm going to put the ball. So if you guys see, or is he in my view? Your puppy move the other way. Thank you. Just move, baby. Okay, so if this is my glute area, this over here is where most of your tightness might be. So this triangular shape, that's your bone. You don't want to go on the bone. You want to go right next to the bone. So from that bony prominences here to your hip bone, that's where you want to kind of release, okay? Okay guys, so another thing I like to do when I'm in a lot of pain and I can't do the movements I just showed you, I take the ball, put it right under my bum, and then slowly go in and out. So I'm bringing my knee out and back in. And you'll know there's some parts that you feel that tension way more, right? When you get to that part, just hold it for about, 30 seconds to a minute. The pain should go down, okay? I know sometimes it feels like your pain is actually going up, but that's okay. Those are just tight spots. We're gonna release them. And then you hold, and then you can let it go. Now, let's say you just spent 5 minutes trying to roll it either with a roller or with a peanut ball. Now we're gonna start the stretches, okay? So there are a couple of different stretches for the piriformis. The first one is you're gonna bring your knee up, and you're just going to bring it over to the opposite side, okay? And you should be feeling a really nice stretch in your glute area, moving up towards your knee. Again, these stretches, I like to hold them for about a minute and a half, and I just do one of them as opposed to doing repetitions. I just feel like when you hold it longer, it goes into a deeper stretch. And if for whatever reason you're feeling a pinching sensation in your hip, we won't do this one, we'll do the second one, okay? So now we will go into threading the needle pose. There are different variations of this, you guys. I'll go over all of them with you. The first one is you bring your ankle right over your knee and gently just push your knee away from your body, okay? And the goal isn't how far you're going into the stretch, the goal is that you actually feel the stretch, okay? So let's say if this is too easy for you, you're not feeling that much of a stretch, bring this other heel towards your bum a little more, and then push your knee down, okay? So the closer your foot is to your bum, your opposite foot, the more you feel the stretch. And I like to put my hand on my thigh and push down as opposed to my knee. I just don't like to put too much pressure on my knee. And great, you guys. Now, let's say this was too easy too, you're not really feeling the stretch. What I want you to do is actually look down. You have like a window now created in between your legs. So maybe right here you have a window. So what I want you to do is take your hands right through the window, bring your arms and interlock them behind your hamstring, okay? And now as I pull my hamstring up towards my chest, with my elbow, I'm pushing the knee that I'm stretching, the side that I'm stretching, I'm going to push my knee away from my body. Does that make sense? It's like a seesaw movement. So I bring one up, push the other one away. Now, if doing this requires you to actually lift up, what I want you to do is take a strap, a towel, a belt, and use that. So I'm going to take this, go again right through the window, put the belt behind my hamstring, and then use the belt to bring my hamstring up as I push my knee away from my body, okay? And what I like to do here is, as I'm in my stretch, I'm going to slowly shift my weight all the way to the right, then all the way to the left. See where I feel the juiciest stretch, hold it right there. So go deeper in that position. Bring your knee in as you push your other knee away. Okay. And deep inhales and deep exhales, you guys, okay? Again, you repeat on both sides. Okay, guys, now I'm going to show you the piriformis stretch, but instead of using our hands, we're going to use the wall. This might be a little bit easier for people who have a lot of tightness in their hips. So what I want you to do is lie close to the wall. Okay, so I'm actually bringing my bum pretty close to the wall. I'm gonna bring both legs up. So I'm gonna plant one foot on the wall. Again, it's the same idea. The further this foot is from my body, the easier the stretch. The closer to my body, the harder the stretch, okay? I'm gonna bring my ankle right over my knee. Now I don't have to use my hands anymore to bring my knee towards my chest. I'm just gently gonna push the other knee away. If I wanna make the stretch a little bit harder, I'm gonna bring my foot lower so it's closer to my bum, and then gently gonna push the other knee away. And even here I can go side to side and see where I feel the juiciest stretch and hold it right there. Now if I wanted a deeper stretch, I can always just bring my body a little bit closer to the wall, plant my foot, bring this knee up, and do the same thing again. Really push my knee away from my body. So you should be feeling a really nice stretch in your glute, traveling towards your knee, and maybe sometimes even a little bit lower, right? The third stretch I'm going to show you guys is a pigeon pose. It's called the pigeon pose in yoga. And there are different variations of going into this stretch. I'm going to show you the one that I think is the easiest. You're going to go on all fours, okay? Now from here, bring one knee as close as you can towards your hands, okay? So I planted my knee in between my hands right now. Now this foot, I'm going to try to bring it in, okay? I didn't use any force, you guys. I just brought my knee in as far as I can bring it. I'm here, you might be here. That's okay. Wherever you are, you're going to now slowly slide the other leg back. Let's check some things, okay? First of all, take a look at your back foot. If your foot is like out this way, right? It's going outwards. Bring it in. Wait. Bring it in. So it's straight. Then take a look at your hips. Are you leaning to the other side? If you are, bring your weight right in the middle, okay? So they're equal distribution of weight on both sides. Then slowly go down. Now this is a killer stretch. When I'm in a lot of pain, I do have this problem. I've had it since I was 21. So I've learned to strengthen it and stretch it, but still sometimes when I'm stressed, or if I do too much of sitting, or maybe I have a long day at work, it acts up always, okay? So I like to sometimes hold the stretch for 6 minutes, and I just go deeper into the stretch. So what I like to do is, let's say after the first minute, I'll come back up, see if I can bring my foot up a little more. So the goal is for your shin to be parallel to the mat, and then with that heels, I bring my body back into the middle. And what I like to do here is, again, play around with it, you guys. Bring your body weight maybe all the way to one side, and then all the way to the other side. See where you feel that juiciest stretch, and then you're gonna hold it right there. If you want, you can even plant your head down and just, breathe through it. Okay, and again, I leave this up to you on how long you want to hold these stretches, but definitely try to do it more than 30 seconds. Like, you will see magic will happen with these exercises. Now, you guys, I'm not going to go over all the extension exercises again. Just make sure to please go over video 1, because a lot of times it's very hard to differentiate why you're having this lower back pain. It can be, again, muscle imbalance, it can be a disc issue, it can be a facet joint issue, and regardless of what the cause is, okay, stretches will help you, repeated movements will help you. Okay, so don't get too concerned about, why you're having this issue. Let's fix the problem. Now, once your pain is less, once you're not feeling that aggressive pain anymore, we need to incorporate strengthening exercises. So make sure to go over our core exercises for beginner, intermediate, and advanced. We have them using bands, the exercise ball. You know, you want to make sure that you're strengthening it, right? Because otherwise it will always come back. And some of my favorite strengthening exercises for people who are having sciatic issues. And now, again, in terms of strengthening, there are a gazillion exercises we can do here. I'm only going to show you 3. So what I want you to do is you're all going to lie down. This is when your pain is gone, okay? This is to prevent this issue from coming back. The first one is going to be a posterior pelvic tilt. Take your hands, put it right on your hips, and then gently bring your lower back to the mat. Hold it for 5 seconds. Let it go. Again, in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and let it go. The second one is going to be a bridge. So again, tilt in. Your lower back is glued to the mat. Feet are hip width apart, knees are hip width apart, and you squeeze, come up, hold it for 5 seconds, and back down. Again, squeeze all the way up. Hold it for 5 seconds and back down. And the third one would be a progression of our bridges. So we're going to do a single leg bridge. Keep one leg up, the other one's on the floor, and squeeze all the way up, hold, and back down. Now I'm really trying to squeeze my glute, push all the way down through my heel, up, and back down. And for all of these exercises, you can start with doing 3 sets of 10. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys have any questions, please don't hesitate to write a comment for me. And if you like the video, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe to our channel.